Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session at the Maryland TESOL conference. We'll be talking today about integrating job search skills into the adult classroom. I'm Rudy Jung, and I'm Director of Programs at MCAEL. MCAEL is the Montgomery Coalition for Adult English Literacy, where I've been working for, about 8 years now. The MCAEL Coalition is a coalition of all the organizations that offer adult ESOL classes in Montgomery County. And I'm joined today by Anna DiNiccolo. Anna, do you want to say a few words about yourself?
Yes, thanks, Rudy. I'm Anna DiNiccolo. I'm an independent consultant with over 10 years of experience in adult ESOL program management and many more years of experience in publications and training. And I was really thrilled when MCAEL asked me to work on this project with them.
Thanks, Anna. So we will be today presenting a new MCAEL publication, which is a toolkit for ESOL instructors entitled Job Search Skills for the English Language Learner. And we're very pleased that we've been able to have Anna help us to write this. But before we delve into the content of the toolkit, we're going to hear from a member of our MCAEL Coalition, Sarah Musi, who is with Impact Silver Spring.
Hi, my name is Sarah Muse and I work with Impact Silver Spring. I run the English class and our English class is in the Long Branch area. We have classes online and in person. Our online classes are basic, intermediate, and advanced level. Our in-person, just basic. One thing that we identified from what people said is that they need to learn English because they want to get either a better job or find a new job. And one of the challenges that they have is they don't have the English skill, which that's what we're working on. And so most of the students don't even know what a resume is or how to do proper interview, and those are the things that we would like to do with our students once they complete our English class.
So today in our session, we're going to first talk about the context and the problem that this toolkit addresses, the purpose of the toolkit, which breaks down into 3 areas: building instructor awareness of the job hunting process, job search skills that can be integrated into ESOL classes, and then free and local and online resources available. And then at the end, I'll say a few words about what MCAEL is and what we do, and how we'll be using this toolkit for our professional development. So there's some very compelling data available at the national level for helping immigrants to learn job search skills within the context of their English study. Many immigrants are employed in entry-level, low-wage jobs, and this is true of both low-skilled immigrants with little education, as well as those who have professional degrees. 22% of immigrant professionals are unemployed or underemployed. And working age limited English proficient adults earn 25 to 40% less than their English proficient counterparts. In terms of Maryland, it's helpful to take a look at the map of the adult, by which I mean 18 and over, population who say that they speak English less than very well. In this map, you'll see the distribution of limited English proficient adults across the state. The darkest areas are the areas that where the LEP population is densest. This information is from the American Community Survey of the US Census, the most recent estimates. And you'll see here in the box, Maryland, in Maryland, there are about 370,000 limited English proficient adults, which is about between 7 and 8% of the total adult population. And you can see where the darkest areas are. Those represent Montgomery County and Prince George's County, where the density is highest. So in Montgomery County, we particularly see the need for the toolkit we're going to be talking about today. But obviously, we think it will be useful wherever there are English language learners. So I'm going to turn over the presentation now to my colleague, Anna.
Thanks, Rudy. As you heard from Sarah and Rudy, there is a large population of English language learners in Maryland who are adults. Many of them are likely to be unemployed and perhaps not earning a living wage. And as Sarah pointed out, many of them do not have the skills or the knowledge of the job search process, including resumes and interviews. We felt that this Montgomery County ESOL instructor summed it up very well. She said, I feel that the main challenge for newcomers is that when they arrive, they need a job right away to maintain themselves and their family. Also, they may need to pay the debt of their journey. So it's very hard for them to commit to participating in workforce training. MCAEL wanted to give some thought and some practical assistance to addressing this problem. Next slide, please. So we started by taking a look at the barriers to gaining job search skills. For learners, as we've just seen, there are both financial and time pressures. Learners need to work and they need to study English. It's very hard for them to find additional time in which to gain job search skills. Many of our immigrant learners have limited digital literacy skills. They may not have strong familiarity with Microsoft Word or Google Drive, the different skills that they might need to complete a job application online or write a resume, etc. And a large proportion of our community does not have a computer in the home. Immigrant learners, English language learners, are likely to have fewer professional contacts in this country, either if they're new to the US or new to the area. And professional contacts are an important way to find good work. Their knowledge of US job search, the US job search process, employment practices, workforce culture, all may need a little bit of expansion. And for those immigrants who have come to the US with extensive education and work experience in their home country, they may find it challenging and time-consuming to transfer and transition their experience to the US. Now, there may be instructors who want to incorporate job search skills into their ESOL classrooms. However, they may not be up to date on the current skills needed. It may have been a while since they have applied for a job. Also, our ESOL instructors are trained to teach English, not trained as career counselors. And they have limited time. They have limited time in class because, of course, teaching English is very complex and time-consuming. So there may not be time to add job search skills. And many of our instructors have multiple jobs or are volunteers, and therefore have limited time to do additional lesson planning. Next slide. On the other hand, there are many advantages. English language learners are strongly motivated. They're already in class, either online or in person. They have made time for it. They feel comfortable with their classmates and can help each other by sharing their experience, by being supportive, by simply being in the process together of learning the intimidating skills related to job search. They also have work experience and transferable skills to build upon. And instructors are such a valued resource already to English language learners. They've already created a safe and welcoming environment for learning and helped learners gain the confidence and the comfort level with learning difficult skills, which of course includes job search skills. All the instructors I know are very creative and are going to be able to find interesting ways to incorporate practical skills into class. ESOL teachers also are very knowledgeable about different learning resources and have a strong knowledge of their own students' skills and learning needs. Next slide. So we took all of those barriers, the advantages, and the context, and decided to try to create the job search skills for the English language learner, an ESOL instructor toolkit. This toolkit was designed to support instructors in incorporating job skills. It does three things. It updates ESOL instructors on the current job search process. It identifies job search skills that can be integrated into ESOL classes easily. And it shares learning resources that are available either locally or online. Next slide. So starting out, let's give you a little taste of what it's like to find a job in 2023. This is a little bit of an excerpt of what's in the toolkit. There's a lot more there. But basically, job hunting is constantly evolving. And currently, the entire process is either online or virtual, or with few exceptions, really. Job applicants find openings online on different websites, either corporate or consolidated websites. Applications are primarily completed online. Submitting a resume and cover letter is usually done by email now or through a website or a portal. Networking is still valuable in person, but a lot of networking happens on LinkedIn, which is, of course, an application. And interviews, especially since COVID, are increasingly done on Zoom or another platform, similar platform, and sometimes they're even asynchronous. Now, in addition to an update on the job search process, the toolkit also provides a bit of an introduction to career pathways and other things that instructors can assist their students with, such as identifying transferable skills. Many of our learners have tremendous numbers of skills. They may not recognize how valuable they can be in a job search, in an employment application. So that's one of many different things that the toolkit highlights. Familiarity with the current job search process will help instructors who want to and who have time to include these skills into their ESOL lesson plans. Next. The toolkit covers each of the major steps of the job search process. searching for job openings, applying for jobs, writing resumes and cover letters and thank you notes, small talk, elevator speeches, networking, job interviews, and even more than that. For each of these topics, the toolkit provides teachers with the specific skills that are needed. So these could be very specific, such as proofreading, writing, careful completion of applications. So basically reviewing work. Each of the skills also is supported by exercises that you can use in class, specific examples. So for resumes, there are specific examples of the functional resume, the chronological resume, and other formats. Similarly, there are sample application forms that you can include in class. Vocabulary, including the many, many idioms that are used in interviews and in other parts of the job search process. And then there are resources that you could use in your inline class or in in-person classes, or even share with your students to do independently. There are two major ways that instructors can use the toolkit. First, you can add job search skills into almost any unit because many of the skills are transferable. And an important thing that instructors can do is name the skill. You may already be using and introducing and training them in some of these skills, but it's helpful to name it and name how it could be incorporated into the job search process. The second way is to expand on already existing employment related units that exist in your ESOL textbook. So let's go on and explore each of these. So many job search skills are transferable. So for example, proofreading and editing. Now, in the communicative approach, we may not be emphasizing a whole lot of writing, but often, at least with Ventures, which is the book that we're going to be working with, there is a little bit of writing. Proofreading each other's work, exchanging work with others, or proofreading one's own work is extremely helpful and an important skill that students can use in the job search process for their resumes, their cover letters, and most importantly, their applications. Online forms are designed, hopefully, to be relatively easy to use. However, students may not have the experience to review carefully what they've typed in. I can't tell you how many times I've seen the current year used instead of the birth year. And of course, if an email or a phone number is incorrect, an applicant is not going to get a call back. Let's pick one specific example and take it through how you could incorporate it into a textbook. Let's talk about small talk. Of course, small talk is very, very important in just about any situation where you're dealing with other people in the US. So it's an easy topic to add to a unit on health, on education, on family. It's essential to the job hunt process. Small talk is really important in job fairs, at the start of a job interview, and as well as in networking. Next slide. So let's take this Ventures 3rd edition, level 2. In unit 1, The first page is an illustration in a shopping mall, and you see a number of different people, including a couple of people in the lower left having a conversation. The unit continues with some exercises, some listening comprehension, and this would be a nice place to add a little lesson about small talk. One thing that you can see here from the toolkit are some tips about the how to use, how are you, what's up, and how's it going. These are all, of course, different ways to say just about the same thing. But for someone new to English, it might be confusing. And of course, the responses are slightly different. The toolkit provides a hyperlink to an exercise that you could include in your class, or students could do independently, specifically on 6 ways to ask, how are you? This could be incorporated at the start of that unit, or as we can see here, on the as the unit continues, after some listening comprehension exercises, there is a partner exercise. The learners are asked to talk with a partner and ask each other, what do you do on the weekend? By adding the question of how are you and how's it going, for example, or other small talk conversation starters, as you can see here from the toolkit, the exercise can become more enriched and more realistic. It's quite abrupt to just start talking to somebody out of the blue and say, what do you do on the weekend, right? It would be more natural to start with, how are you doing? In addition to the conversation starters, the toolkit includes active listening guidance, as well as other tips and other examples, other exercises related to small talk that could be incorporated in other sections of that unit or another one. The second way to use the toolkit in your classroom is to expand on employment-related units. Most ESOL textbooks will include a chapter on employment, work, jobs, something of that sort. Unfortunately, the guidance in how to address job search issues may not be as complete as we might like. It makes sense because, of course, these are ESOL textbooks. They are not job search textbooks. But I did find, for example, that one teacher's manual suggested that instructors ask their learners to look up phone numbers in a phone book, which, of course, haven't seen in a long time. The examples provided in an ESOL textbook that relate to employment may not be up to date because job search and employment is changing constantly, and ESOL textbooks are not updated every year. I also found that there is an expectation that instructors have quite a bit of time for lesson planning related to job search, and the expectations might be more than what most instructors can do. That's why using the toolkit could help. Let's start with this example from Ventures Level 3. Unit 8 is focused on employment, and on page 97, there is a listening exercise where a job applicant, is participating in an interview. The students are asked to listen and then fill in some blanks, but there is not a whole lot of context given about job interviews, how to prepare for job interviews, vocabulary, etc. Next slide. Instructors who have a little bit of extra time and learners who are in need of these skills can supplement that unit with materials from the toolkit. There is a job interview checklist that you could use in class. There are short videos of mock interviews, and those could also be shown in class, either on an online or an in-person class. There are sample interview questions, even in a flashcard format. There's guidance about all the different types of interviews that exist now, including how to prepare for a virtual interview, even specifics like lighting, sound, etc. And there are hyperlinks to free online self-study courses like this one from ProLiteracy. And this could be used in your class or provided to students to do independently. The self-study course from the website I just showed you is from ProLiteracy, sorry, is just one of many examples of outstanding resources that are available to you and your learners for free. From using these sites, learners can develop their computer skills, their job search skills. They can develop also workplace skills, explore career pathways, and much more. Some of these sites do require a free sign up. And it's useful. This is a good opportunity for instructors to inform or support their students in protecting their passwords and other digital literacy skills. And some of these materials are even available in Spanish. Now, the toolkit being published by MCAEL is focused on Montgomery County local resources. However, most counties are going to have some sorts of local resources, and we wanted to highlight a few types of things that instructors could inform their students about. Classes, workshops, career coaching, resume assistance, job fairs, computer instruction, referrals, all of these may be available in your community. And it would be wonderful if instructors can help their learners find their way to public libraries, community colleges, the American Job Center, the Literacy Council, and local community organizations and government agencies. I would just like to highlight a couple of things. If, as an instructor, you have no time to add any of these skills, at a minimum, try to inform your students about the public libraries. You could even invite someone to from the libraries to present in your class, and encourage them to develop their computer skills, their digital literacy skills. Those two things will help them immensely. Rudy?
Thanks very much, Anna. I'm going to close out our presentation today with saying a few words about MCAEL. As I mentioned before, we're a coalition of all the organizations that have adult ESOL services in Montgomery County. And our coalition involves a wide range of organizations, including social service agencies, community-based groups, faith-based institutions, our local community college, Montgomery College, as well as the Gilchrist Immigrant Resource Center. And all of these organizations run programs that are very diverse, including managed enrollment, more structured programs that meet 2 or 3 times a week, as well as drop-in classes that might only meet for a couple of hours on a Saturday. But we are we're very committed to helping there be a wide range of programs so that we can meet the diverse needs of learners. So this is a diagram of the programs that MCAEL has and what we do to try to help support the adult ESOL system in Montgomery County. our core work is really professional development, both for adult ESOL program managers and instructors. We have a series of workshops and meetings for instructors and program administrators, as well as online courses. Our main one is the Foundations for Adult ESOL Instruction. And then, of course, we develop toolkits like the one we are speaking about today. And this is in addition to our work with supporting ESOL classes in the county with grants, as well as technical assistance. And we have a few special projects, classes that we manage on our own to help fill in the gaps in the county where classes are not are few and far between. In terms of the toolkit and our professional development, this toolkit was originally conceived in 2014 as a action research project. The original version actually had a lot of examples about resumes and applications, and we had a workshop for instructors on how to incorporate these into their lesson plans. Then the participants in that workshop were observed as they used the material in class, and everybody used it as a learning opportunity. With this current version, we are also going to have an instructor workshop in the spring next year on how the various resources in the toolkit can be used in the adult ESOL classroom in Montgomery County. So the toolkit will be available free of charge on our website. We hope that you will go ahead and locate that on our website. We are going to try to keep track of, as much as possible, of people who are interested in it and want to use it in their classroom. And we're always open to feedback because we want to make sure that our tools are continually improved. And I will just end with our contact information, because I hope that any of you who are interested in this will please contact either Anna or myself. And we'd be happy to answer any questions on the Whova app. And I guess that that concludes our session today. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Thank you so much. We really hope you find this toolkit helpful, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Bye-bye.